Okay.
Okay.
Just start.
Može.
Može. Or in French. Bonjour.
Bonjour. O Bože. S kim ja radim podcast?
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Stella. Dobar dan i dobrodošli u našu 8. epizodu podcasta Sans. Našu zadnju epizodu u prvoj sezoni. Da, ne zadnju in general. Nastavit ćemo.
Hoćemo. Nagovorili smo jedna drugu i nagovorili su nas studenti.
Da.
Evo recimo, bog studenti, vjerojatno da svi slušate, nećete proći sve jedno, znam, dok ne naučite. Dok je moram prestati pričati gluposti.
Da, eto, za Nadin rođendan prošle godine, što je sutra, 5.7. smo započeli tu ideju da ćemo snimati podcast i sutra je Nadin rođendan, pa s ovime ćemo i završiti prvu sezonu. Rekli smo dokle ide, evo izdržali smo prvu sezonu, što znači što je good news.
Da.
Što je good news i za kraj imamo jedan bombončić. Završit ćemo sa onim što smo krenuli smo sa prvom epizodom o Gen Z-u sa Klarom, i završit ćemo sa Gen Z-em, ali imamo jedan surprise.
Twist.
Imamo jedan twist.
Stella i ja znamo govoriti engleski, ako niste znali.
I da to dokažemo, mi smo pozvale danas u studio s nama Milesa. Hi, Miles.
Hi, Miles.
How's it going?
Welcome.
Happy 4th of July,
Thank
Miles.
Yes.
No instruments.
If Miles is celebrating 4th of July, you probably know that means that Miles is from USA. He is 19 years old?
20.
20. He's 20 years
21
old.
soon.
And he came from USA to study in Croatia. So
what is wrong with you?
What's
Tell
wrong
us.
with you?
I don't know. I guess I just have a bit of the lure of adventure, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's a long story on how I ended up here
Go
in Croatia.
tell us the story.
We have the time.
Yeah. So pretty much in high school, I graduated high school. I wanted to become a pilot originally. And I went and worked for an airport. I started flying and these type of things. But then I was also in a band. The band broke up, and I kind of had a moment of realization where I was like, the whole point of becoming a pilot is because I want to travel. But if I go this route of becoming a pilot, it's going to take me like 12 years until I start doing international flights and yada, yada, yada. And working for an airline, it's not as glamorous as it looks. There's a lot of bad sides to it. Things like this. Yeah.
What are the bad sides, if we can interrupt?
I mean, so despite... Oh, man, I hope Boeing doesn't come after me. Despite what they would like to say, I mean, the airline industry is pretty casual with safety regulations, stuff like this. I also worked at an airport where the outside temperature was like, probably like 38 to 40 Celsius.
Okay.
So very hot outside. But yeah, there were a lot of issues with that. Airline staff can be pretty cranky a lot of the times. You have guests who are cranky and stuff like this.
Okay.
But yeah, just not super suitable. And I mean, the things the pilots go through are just like, it's a lot. You know, they're in that little...
Did you pass the exams and everything, the physical?
I did pass the physical exams and stuff like that. I never got into the test taking. But yeah, physicals, eyesight, I have better than 20/20 eyesight.
Okay.
So yeah. I was in tip-top condition, but I was just kind of like, and a ton of money. Tons of money to become a pilot.
Tons of money in terms of paying for school and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it safe to fly miles?
Ooh, I would say it's safe to fly, especially on commercial flights.
Commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, commercial flights are
big
totally
flights,
safe.
Big planes and everything.
Yeah, totally safe. The only thing where things can go bad is when you're flying those little small planes, like Cessnas, where it's like a propeller and just one engine. Those can get a little dicey. It's pretty much like being a go-kart in the air. You're just kind of getting shifted around a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, no, commercial flights are super safe.
Okay, so flying is over.
Yes.
The band is over. What was the band about?
The band was a lot of drama,
Okay.
as bands usually are. This wasn't actually a band that I started. I moved into this band after high school because my brother was one of the leaders of it, stuff like this. It was pretty cool at the beginning and stuff like that, but there were just a lot of creative differences. You kind of had me and my brother who wanted to kind of make it more serious and stuff like that, and I especially wanted to like sell the band. I wanted to give us an image and stuff like this and make us marketable and stuff like that to really reach an audience. But the other two guys were kind of just doing it to like mess around, weren't that serious about it. They cared more about the music than selling, which is fair. Most musicians do. But in my case, I was like, if I'm going to put all this time and energy into it, I want to try at
Make
least to make
something
it
out of it.
Yeah, try to lead it somewhere, you know. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
What
and
was the genre?
Indie.
Indie? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Indie. I would love you guys.
Yeah, they the earlier stuff they did, they would call it like psychedelic rock because the original creators of that band were heavily inspired by Tame Impala.
I know Tame Impala.
Yeah. And then we only got one song done when I was a part of that band, but it was kind of like an indie-esque Tame Impala song. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
good.
Cool. Cool. That sounds good. Do you want to send us the song so we can hear it?
Yeah, I can show it to you guys after this.
Okay.
Okay.
I usually
you.
don't have it on hand because I don't have Spotify, and they put it on Spotify. So
Why don't you have Spotify? He's never going to finish the story why he came to Croatia. Why don't you have Spotify?
So as a musician, things like Spotify and stuff like this, they are lacking in a lot of music. There's a lot of songs that you cannot find on Spotify, especially very old songs.
Okay.
And one of the platforms that really does have everything, of course, is YouTube.
okay.
And
Okay.
YouTube Music, because you can literally find pretty much anything that's ever been made on there.
Okay. And you pay for the premium?
I do.
Okay, cool. It's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. And the name Miles.
Yes.
How come? Where does it come from?
I was named after a very famous jazz artist, Miles Davis. My father was a musician, so of course I was named after a musician. And yeah,
Cool.
that's where it comes from, yeah.
So now, Miles, why did you come to Croatia?
Okay, yeah. So here's when it gets a little dicey. After that, I was like, I just want to travel. So I just kind of put everything down. I was like, how can I travel as soon as possible? And I found this program in the Czech Republic where I went and got a TEFL certification to teach English to foreigners. I went there for about a month and did that. It was pretty rough, but super fun. I met a lot of cool people and stuff like this. But my main goal was actually to move to Poland. So after this, I go to Poland. I started applying for jobs and stuff like this.
Why Poland?
Because my family's from Poland.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
We still have the surname. It's Czarnecki.
Czarnecki. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But while I was in Poland, which was in November of 22, a missile from the conflict actually hit a village in Poland, killing 2 farmers. And when that happened, I wasn't super freaked out, but the girls I was with were pretty freaked out. And at that point, I was like, it's probably not the best time to move here.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. So after that, just went back to the Czech Republic, lived in my friend's place for free for a bit, and then went back to the U.S. for holidays. But then I had this teaching certification on my hands, and then I got a job in Peru to go teach.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But as luck would have it, 2 days before I go to this teaching job, I'm signed up for a contract and everything like that, these riots come to a head there. And pretty much what happened was these huge mobs of people took over the Cusco airport, which is the city that is right next to Machu Picchu.
Okay.
Tons of foreigners, people from the U.S., the UK, like a lot of people, because Machu Picchu is a very famous place, got stuck in Peru. So I was fortunate that I wasn't there for this, but I had to cut that. So I didn't end up going to Peru.
Okay.
Then after that, I kind of came to the conclusion of like, okay, I'm like 20 now. If I want to go to college, I should probably do it now. And after my European travels, I had been to Europe before and stuff like that too. I was like, I want to go somewhere in Europe. So I started looking more into Poland, stuff like this. And I knew that I wanted to study marketing because I just kind of had a skill set for it. I am pretty good at talking to people. And I'm pretty good at convincing people, but there's not really a sales degree and I didn't really want to do sales. So I look at schools in Poland, all over Europe, Italy as well. But then I stumbled upon Algebra University, and they offered digital marketing. And I started looking into that more, and I was like, okay, well, why would I go learn marketing from like a textbook when I can actually learn the things that are being used nowadays.
Yes.
This is extremely important. And the thing with a lot of universities is that you need to take prereqs. And prerequisites are extremely annoying. Like your first 2 years of college in the U.S., you need to take like English and calculus if you're getting like a business degree or an archaeology degree. You need to take those. I was like, I'm not doing that. And the school in the U.S. cost tons of money. But yeah, so I found algebra. I was like, I looked into Croatia a bit like that. I thought it had a pretty cool history and stuff like this. So I was
what did you knew about Croatia before you decided to come? What was your knowledge?
I knew that the Romans hung around here for a bit.
Okay.
That is what initially piqued my interest quite a bit because I actually skipped over this a little bit. But before I decided on marketing, I was actually going to go into archaeology, and I was I was identifying like Navajo ruins and stuff like that because the Navajo tribes is where my hometown is. I did that. I actually helped the medical examiner's department with like 2 cases because they would bring in archaeologists to identify remains if they couldn't tell who were the remains or even what gender they were, stuff like this. So I did some work with that, but then I talked with kind of my, main person at this facility. We looked into stuff like that, degrees, but really what it came down to is it didn't pay that much. And I was like, I want more money. And I'm a pretty strong believer that if you rope your passions in with your like work life, pretty quickly your passion will just become work and you'll kind of drop it. This happens with a lot of musicians where if you start doing music full-time, in your spare time, you don't enjoy music that much, much as beforehand. So then, came to marketing, blah, 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 found algebra. What I knew about Croatia from beforehand, like I said, the Romans, the coast. I knew that existed and that it was very pretty.
Beautiful.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, the history was there. It looked like a cool place, and I was just like, yeah. And it's like it was at the time, I don't know if it still is, like the second safest country in the EU.
I think it's the first.
I think we're the first in the EU.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, something
Nice,
like that.
Yeah.
What's your hometown in the USA?
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Literally a small town in the middle of nowhere. For sometimes people will get this, but whenever I tell people that, they give me the look of like, oh. And so I always tell them it's like 40 minutes away from the Grand Canyon.
40 minutes away from the Grand.
Okay.
What's the temperature now there?
Ooh, in Celsius, maybe like 36.
36.
Yeah, my town's very weird because it is very high in altitude. A lot of the Olympians go there to train.
Okay.
But yeah, so we get really harsh winters, pretty hot summers.
Okay.
It's still classified as a desert, so not much moisture, stuff like that. Yeah.
So what are your friends and family doing today on 4th of July? What are the customs?
Okay, so my mom's side were the people that went very heavy with 4th of July. And I was actually born in Missouri. All my family's from Missouri. And we used to go there for 4th of July and blow up stuff, shoot off tons of fireworks. You used to be able to buy like quarter sticks of dynamite. And you can blow
real
up,
dynamite.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can blow up stuff with that. Fridges, different types of things, satellite dishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. We would have like Roman candle fights and stuff like that. Super dangerous. Super dangerous stuff. People got hurt a couple times for sure. But yeah, we used to do that. But then in the most recent years, like I said, I'm from a desert, so you can't shoot off fireworks there because you can catch stuff on fire. Actually, the past 2 years, there's a big mountain in my town, and it's caught on fire each summer, and like huge fires. Last time I was there, it looked like a volcano. But yeah, so they today are probably drinking a lot.
Okay.
They probably have some American flags around, but unfortunately in my hometown, not a lot of fireworks. The family that I do still have remaining in Missouri, though, they're probably going crazy.
They're going crazy with the fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Do you miss USA?
A little bit. I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't, but the USA has a lot of cons when it comes to standard of living and stuff like this, and the people don't really talk about. I miss some things, but I really like Croatia. I feel like I've built somewhat of a life out here. I have friends here, stuff like that. I know Zagreb pretty well. And yeah, I'm excited to go visit, but I don't think I would want to move back to live there for more than a couple months.
Tell us the baddest things and the best things about living in the United States.
The baddest things about living in the United States.
The worst con, the best pro.
Yeah.
The worst con, it's pretty deep. It's like, so the USA, one thing that I enjoy about Croatia is like the pinnacle of this, but Europe in general, is that people get outside a lot. They go to cafes, you know, they talk with people and stuff like this and just kind of enjoy the city outside, stuff like that. In the USA, people don't really do that. It's like the whole concept of the USA is like you get a better salary so you can buy a nicer home. And then when you're not working, you just spend all your time at home.
Oh.
People don't really get out that much.
Okay.
So a lot of people in the U.S. can get isolated very quickly. Even in college and stuff like this, people feel super isolated. It's part of the reason why we have like pretty high death rates and stuff like that. I believe at least is because of this reason. But really that is the main thing. And our drinking age is 21. So like
That's a problem.
Yeah. It's a big problem. So yeah, it's hard for young people to get out. For sure, and like find stuff to do, especially in a town like mine, where it's super small. But yeah, that is probably the worst thing, is just that kind of like style of living.
Okay.
The best thing about the U.S., from where I'm from, I would say the food.
Really?
The food?
Yeah. So I mean, we have a lot of preservatives in our food, but I am from the border of like Mexico.
Okay.
So the Mexican food that makes it across the border and stuff like that, you know, we have a ton of immigrants and stuff like this.
Yeah.
It is just like amazing.
Okay.
It's to die for. Tons of spices and different stuff like that. A bunch of variety. It's great. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
now
cool.
compare it to Croatia. What is the food like here for you?
The food here isn't bad. I will say it's a little bland though.
Bland.
For me.
You know that's healthy. You know that's
It's
healthy.
Bland
healthy.
is
It's
healthy.
healthy. It's
Yes.
healthy. But I like the spice. But yeah, no, I mean, the food all around is good. I've definitely had some dishes here that don't exist in the U.S., which I've enjoyed quite a bit. But yeah, the food here is really good. And especially the stuff that you get in the grocery store is very good.
Okay, is it?
That's the big difference, is like grocery store food here versus the U.S. Here, it's just much, much better.
Much better.
Yeah, fresher, all this stuff like that, because they don't add in all those pesticides and stuff like that.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
Because
don't have the
actually it
money.
was.
We don't.
We would.
It's
but
coming. It's coming our way.
This time
you know.
next year.
Yeah.
They would have everything that you this time next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the the American dream? Does it still exist?
I would say no.
No.
I would say no. I think some people can like buy into it, but I think we've kind of lost our dynamic of the American dream. And you know, at least the American dream that I was always told was like, you know, father, wife, 2 kids, white picket fence, right? People always say that, white picket fence. But these days that's a little harder because first off, a man cannot support a home on a normal salary. So,
Alone,
yeah. So both parents are automatically working. I think that some version of it exists, maybe, but the issue is that like when you have both parents out of the home so much, the children tend to get neglected a little bit. People can't afford things like they used to. I mean, buying a house in the States, it's like impossible nowadays. So that's automatically out the door. But I mean, I think the family dynamic has shifted, but I think the modern American dream is just make as much money as you can. That's what a lot of people are obsessed
And
with
is
there.
it possible? Like, is it, in your opinion, for a young person, and you can compare it afterwards to Croatia,
Yeah.
like, if you have a goal and you're going to work your ass off for it and you want to earn a lot of money, do you think it's possible in the USA? Do you think it's more possible in the USA rather than in Europe, let's say, Croatia?
It really depends. So from my personal standing, I've actually had a ton of success here that I would not be afforded in the U.S. Because in the U.S., I'm just another guy. But here, I'm the Amerikanac.
Amerikanac.
Yeah. So when I approach people for my marketing agency and stuff like this, they're automatically just interested because I'm a foreigner. And stuff
that's
like
true.
that. And I think because marketing and this stuff was born in America, and I mean, America runs on a lot of marketing, they kind of see that maybe I'm a bit more competent than someone else. But also just that foreign aspect they enjoy a lot. So I would say here, a lot more opportunities to just talk to people, stuff like that. You know, people are automatically just a little interested. I always get the question, you know, why'd you come to Croatia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
it's
time,
exotic.
every
Yes.
time I meet a new person, I got to start switching up the story, you know. I
You gotta make something up.
Yeah, I gotta change it
Yeah.
for each one.
It's always been my dream.
I should just be like, well,
Oh, I was in love with a girl and then she
yeah,
broke or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Something like that. That would be good.
That would be good. So, Amerikanac, what else do you know in Croatian? What else did you learn?
I mean, only the stuff to survive. Only the stuff to
Okay.
survive. I mean, literally just može,
Okay.
može, da, dobar dan, doviđenja.
And that's
Like-
it. Really, to tako
Like,
slatko.
very little. I mean, it gets me around. Like if I'm just like može, maybe someone says something, da, super.
Super, da,
And then
super.
they'll shake their head, and then I mean, it works out.
Okay,
Great.
that's cool.
So
Yeah.
you're also an entrepreneur, right? You have your
Yes.
own agency. Tell us
Yeah.
a bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in the works right now. We're actually getting incorporated soon, though, or becoming, a real company soon. It's called Serafia Marketing. But yeah, I've had a lot of success with it. We started off very small. I got a camera, and we started making content really for this barber. Consoling him a bit and stuff like this.
For
For who?
a barber.
Yeah, for a barber.
Which
In
one?
Croatia?
Here in
Yes.
Zagreb.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is Benny.
Okay.
And he owns Atelier Barbershop.
Atelier, barbershop.
Yeah, it's
We
kind of
don't know about it because we don't have beards,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
look into it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of by the Sheridan. But yeah, he was a good first client. We really focused on ads for him. We made like a couple graphics, but it was really ads. He really enjoyed that and stuff like that, and he saw some growth. And once he saw that growth, he enjoyed us and stuff like that. But we were starting to get to the point where we were saying pretty soon here we're gonna have to get paid. And he was kind of like meh. So after that, then we worked with another small client. She was good as well, good practice and stuff like this, just kind of getting everything within the business into kind of a system and stuff like that, and knowing exactly what we can offer. And now we're starting to move into bigger things. We're taking on a pharmacy, or we're working for a pharmacy right now. We recently did a little bit of stuff for a private equity company.
Oh, wow.
Um, that's from France.
Cool.
Yeah, we help them with their brand identity. We may do some content for them, something like that. We also have maybe some stuff going down with a hotel in Prague, but I'm not the point man on that. The guy in Prague is, and his name's Dean. But yeah, so I mean, it's going pretty well. This summer, though, there's a lot of prospects for it. And before I start my second year, I really just want to kind of get this pharmacy and then maybe one or two bigger clients as well locked in, so that during our second year we don't have to be hunting for this kind of stuff, making
That's
a
cool.
lot of deals.
But
yeah.
who are the founders of the agency? You mentioned
yeah.
Prague, so
Yeah.
it's an international.
So it is me. We have another American that's in Prague, and me and him kind of started it up, and then we brought in a Croatian who also goes to Algebra. And yeah, it's us three.
The three of you. Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
Great.
cool. Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah.
20 years old, having his own
He's
marketing
already been a
agency.
pilot, went
Yes.
through a war, fell in
Did
love.
a band.
band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Miles. So,
So-
are you going to stay in Croatia? How do you feel about it?
For school, obviously, yes.
For school,
Yes.
yeah.
I
But
plan on finishing out school. I think afterwards, though, maybe, but probably not.
Probably
I like
not.
moving around a lot. I can't really stay in one place for too long.
what is your next destination?
Estonia.
Estonia.
Yes.
Oh, Tallinn.
Yes.
Why?
That's where we are establishing the business.
Why?
Because they have that online thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have an e-residency program.
E-residency program.
Quite
yeah.
simple.
Yeah. So you can make like kind of a virtual business, and you can run it from anywhere inside of the EU, and then you can also work with EU people legally.
That's really smart. The government, are you listening to us? The Croatian government.
That's a good
are you
question.
Are you listening? Hi guys. Hi. Hi.
Yeah, they have that. I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
What's your dream, Miles? Not the American
dream?
What's your dream, Miles?
Miles' dream.
In
Miles
10 years,
Miles.
in 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years, what's your dream?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a wild one. It's weird. But so I am a big archaeological guy, and
Back to archaeology.
Back to archaeology.
Yep. And I like history. And I think the main thing is a lot of people are always looking to the stars for new things to find, but I think we should really be looking here. I think the ocean does have some stuff to offer, but it's very hard to navigate. But in recent times, we've been finding a lot of weird stuff. a lot of temples and random locations, the Amazon and stuff like this. A lot of new theories are coming about, blah, 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 blah. And it's getting weird because the World Economic Forum recently decided to shut down the excavation of the oldest known man-made structure, which is called Göbekli Tepe in Turkey.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
So weird stuff like that. But my dream...
Why did they shut it down? Oh, that's weird.
It is... They were saying like finances or something like that. It was something weird with the contract because it wasn't directly owned by them, but they owned this entity that signed on to excavate it, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that's weird. But really, I want to go to Mauritania, into the Eye of the Rishat, which is...
Where do you want to go? Mauritania. Okay.
Yeah.
Mauritania.
Okay.
Yeah. It's on the west of Africa, west coast of Africa.
West coast of Africa. Why there?
Because there's the Eye of the Rishat structure, which is heavily theorized to be Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to go there. I also want to go into the Amazon and stuff like this. But pretty much, I want to put together some locations where I think there's some kind of evidence that there might be something worth finding.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about those theories? That's interesting.
What do you hope to find?
What do you hope to find?
Is it aliens or
Why do you say it's weird? In terms of
So my dream, pretty much, if I could like put it into a sentence, my dream is to like break the history books.
That's
my dream.
books.
Yeah. So I want to find something that will break the history books, and I think that exists out there. I mean, because they've found stuff recently in the academic archaeology stuff, they like to revoke a lot of this stuff because if they didn't and they actually took this into account, they would have to rewrite history. But you really just need to find something substantial. But so the Rishat structure, Atlantis was first written by Plato back in Rome. He said that his uncle, that's where he got the story from. And his uncle said that Atlantis was over by Mauritania, which is very close to Mali, and Mansa Musa, who's the richest man who ever lived, is from Mali. So it's heavily theorized that he's from there. But pretty much the way that Atlantis was described is it has 3 rings, like 3 of land and then water as well around it, and then it has this part that leads into the ocean. And the Eye of the Rishat matches this almost perfectly. Cool. And... There's salt at the bottom, there's multiple indicators that there was something going on here that wasn't natural, and what people don't take into account is that the Sahara turns into a rainforest every couple thousand of years. And the whole thing of Atlantis being flooded and wiped out, there's pretty good evidence that a giant wave kind of wiped over the top of Africa. You can see striations from water, impact in various places, and so yeah. But that's the main place I want to go.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's not weird. It's very, very interesting. So, since you know a lot about these things, how do you think we came about today to be who we are today? Like,
honestly, I don't think anyone has the correct theory.
Really?
I don't think we found it yet.
I also, I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not the correct theory.
Yeah, I think everything that we know so far is just like, it's all theory, but we don't have anything concrete that really leads back to where we can be like, okay, this is like definitively where it started. I mean, there's pretty good evidence of, the theory we all came from Africa and stuff like that, but even that can't be that heavily supported because we don't have enough evidence to show that that's true. Okay. We can theorize it, but yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't think we found it.
Cool. One question, how come you when you talk about archaeology, like your eyes sparkle.
Yeah, you light up.
You light up.
You really
immediately. I mean, you're a great entrepreneur. You light up as an entrepreneur, and I'm all for that. But you light up in a different way. How come you did want to first do a career in digital marketing, etc., and not just immediately go somewhere where your fire
or
is?
History or something.
Well, oh man, this is going to lead into a whole nother story.
Yeah. Well.
So... Pretty much. So the archaeology thing is my only dream. But the reason why I chose to go entrepreneur and then archaeology is that I want to finance my own expeditions. I don't want to have people telling me, you can't do this. You have to do this. Oh, you found this. You can't report that. You have to give it to the government, blah, 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 blah. Because I feel like a lot of that stuff happens. A lot of things can get swept under the rug and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to be able to finance my own expeditions.
So... conspiracy theories for you are not conspiracy theories. They're
I mean, some of them are.
Some of them are.
I take a lot of things into account. I don't think anything's really concrete, but I think there's a lot of pretty substantial theories out there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the Earth is round.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Do you have partners in that area of...
In archaeology?
Yeah.
Not really. My brother is fairly into it.
Okay.
I think he'll probably come with me when I do that whole expedition.
You just want to travel to Africa. She's
I've been-
asking
yeah,
you.
I've been.
She
So
loves
I'm
Africa.
going in 3 weeks.
Yeah?
To South Africa, and I've been already.
Yeah.
And in near Johannesburg, there is a big site where the 70% of the human remains are there. It's a UNESCO heritage site. And so I was when you talked, I remembered that why is it that most of the remains are there? They have a lot of caves. So the people and the humanoids were falling into caves. So that's why they found them, because they were. And then the material from cave was basically preserving the bones.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
that's why they found them. And it's Africa is a very interesting place.
It is.
There is a lot of things there. Even though I wanted to say that in Croatia we have a lot of excavations. You know,
Yes, you
it's
guys
like
actually do,
everywhere
yeah.
where you dig, you're going to find something.
Yes.
Underneath the sea, in Slavonia, and so you can start here if you want to.
Maybe. I know they had an excavation going on in Rob, the island.
okay.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
they had to shut down some kind of hotel. I haven't looked into it that much. This is from other people that I've heard this. But yeah, no, I know there's a lot of stuff here. That's part of also what brought me here, is I think there's a lot of Roman stuff that hasn't been discovered, stuff like
A
that.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. So, okay, I like this. Do you have a deadline for yourself? Like kind of 10 years earning the
I mean,
money, then going excavating?
Yeah, I would like to get this excavation done anywhere in the range of like 30 to 35.
Okay.
At the earliest, I think it could happen would be 28.
Oh,
But I think that's pretty ambitious to have enough money to do it.
okay.
Yeah.
Definitely not a typical Gen Z.
Definitely not a
Yeah.
typical Gen Z. Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you think about Gen Z? Your generation?
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
definitely not typical.
Not at all.
I mean, I don't know. They're they're very heavily influenced by marketing.
Yeah.
It pretty much dictates like who they become in a lot of ways.
Really?
I would say so.
When you say marketing, do you mean social media?
Yeah,
or
social media and stuff like this. I mean, it's part of the thing that I mentioned with the American dream before, is that like you have both parents outside of the house, so
being raised by
you're being
the
raised by
self-talk,
social media. Yeah.
We called it the electric nanny.
Yeah, exactly.
Consumer
Yeah.
behavior,
There you go. But I think people are very, very heavily influenced by that, and it causes people that aren't very level. I think Gen Z people can kind of be very, I don't know, out of the ordinary with their emotions. They'll be very happy, very sad, kind of irrational, and stuff like this. I think maybe we're making the best with what we can do, but we're also the first generation that's had like technology like this through most of our lives. I think I got my first smartphone when I was like 12 or something like that. But yeah, I think they're fine. Not my favorite. I mean,
my favorite.
You're more old school.
Yeah.
You like millennials.
Yeah, maybe not millennials.
Gen X. Yeah, I got
Gen
a
X.
Gen X
Yeah.
vibe from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Gen X vibe from you.
But I think, I would like to say Gen Z is doing the best with what they have, but I honestly don't think they are.
Okay.
In terms of they're spoiled, not using their potential.
Not using the
or
potential.
Not using the potential.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're stuck in not using their potential? What's your opinion?
Stuck? I mean, I don't know.
Is it laziness? Is it anxiety? Is it depression? Whatever.
I think anxiety is like, it plays a role, but it's like fabricated anxiety, right? So it's one thing for someone to come from like a very bad, like a plane crash or something like that, and they have anxiety or something like that. But people are getting anxiety through like smartphones. We didn't have this in the past and stuff like that. So I think these things can hold people back, but I also think it's just like, how much are you going to let this stuff affect you? You know? And I think a big thing with Gen Z people is they get caught up in the past a lot. And I don't know. Past doesn't matter.
Past, but they're young.
Yeah.
What past do they get caught up into?
Beats me.
Maybe they're best.
Maybe they're past.
Yeah, they love talking about it. They love talking about it. People are always talking about their past. I'm like, dude, like, what do you have planned for the future? And then you ask them that, and they're like, nothing. I'm like, come on.
Okay.
What's going on?
Yeah, you sound very structured. And
yes.
You know where you're going, and you're very ambitious. That's not what we hear often from
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Did you ever, if I may ask, have any challenges where you needed to ask for help, where you couldn't be this structured, where you couldn't see the future?
No, my childhood was very, very wacky. My parents got divorced when I was very, very young. And that was super messy, stuff like that, whatever. What really happened, though, is I've been to therapy, you know.
Oh, okay. You've been to therapy,
Yeah. I know it's not super common in Europe, but...
It's not, but we do it.
Yeah.
We started finally talking openly about it because we were all just crazy and not talking about it. And now finally people are working on themselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
bravo.
I also think, I think therapy, so it's good, but it's also a sham. So this is the thing that goes down with therapy. I've been to like a lot of therapists, and what they would always do when I was younger is they would make me talk about my past, pull up all of these feelings and stuff like that, and then they're pretty much like, okay, our hour is done. And they didn't really give you anything to like help you out and whatever. Best therapist I had was, she literally just told me, she was like I started getting into it because she asked a little bit about it, but then she was just like, what do you want for the future? I was like, that's a good question. And we talked about it, thought about it, whatever, and then she was just like, do that. Do exactly what you want to do in the future. Like, stop yapping. And just like
start doing.
Just start going. Just start going. Because I
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard. I know it's hard for a lot of people and stuff like that. But I think it really is just how much you're gonna let that stuff affect you in a mental capacity. You know, I mean, the past can be physical and stuff like that too. But in a mental capacity, I mean, it's like all we have is to move forward. You know, you can't let that stuff get to you.
Yeah.
So are you running away from something, or are you running towards something?
Maybe a little bit of both.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
She's running away.
Running away or running towards something. A very good question.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to ask you, since we're on the Gen Z topic, are you guys as sustainable as you say that you are?
Nah.
You lie to us and you make us feel guilty, like us, the millennials.
I mean, you know me from class. I never say Gen Z is sustainable.
Yeah, he always goes like, teacher, like, you really, like, overestimate Gen Z, you know, like, they're not, no.
If you want to get depressed about the future quickly, I'm the guy to talk to.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty realistic. I'm just realistic. But, like, I always love this. There's always like someone from Gen Z talking to me about like, oh, we got to be sustainable and stuff like this. I'm like, dude, like, look at what you're wearing right now. Like, you're wearing like some like Zara stuff. You have a Mac. You want to know how that lithium battery was made? Trust me, it's not ethical. And like, they'll have all this apparel on them, and I'm like, you clearly don't support this. Like, you can talk about it, but you don't actually like live by this.
This.
And nobody does really. So I think we're going kind of down the drain with that. I think the whole reason why that ecological stuff came into play is because corporations wanted to push it. And yeah, but I don't think we're very sustainable. I mean, if you actually look at the data of what we're producing and stuff like that, we're not.
Yeah, but on the other hand, what do you think about the climate change? Are you worried?
I'm worried for my kids. I don't think that I will be personally caught up in anything too bad. I mean, I think it's real. For sure.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm worried about it, but I kind of think it's just something that's going to happen. I mean, unless you really had a heavy impact, you would need some insane movement or something like that to combat climate change.
Okay.
But you'd really need something drastic. I don't think this small protests, stuff like this, I don't think that's going to change much.
Not drinking from straws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I heard you guys hate your straws, which are now not plastic, but like I heard the Gen Z hates the paper straws.
Yeah. I mean,
like, make my straw.
I'm not against it, but I think the biggest thing that kills my kind of ecological sense, because I mean, if everyone was really doing it, I could totally get behind it. But it's when I've worked a lot of jobs, and it's when you see how much plastic and stuff like this these companies are pushing out. When you read about Taylor Swift, those carbon emissions and stuff like this, all of that, what even corporations that are claiming that they're clean, what they're pushing out, it's like, I don't know, you feel, if you really try to go for it, you just feel like you're standing against a tidal wave is like, that's kind of how I feel with it. So, I mean, I'm conscious about it to an extent, but I don't live my life trying to be super aware of these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you worked a lot of jobs.
Yes.
Which job you wouldn't do ever?
Wouldn't do.
Like you would rather starve than do that job?
Do that job like again?
Again? Or, it could
Or
be again or
hypothetically.
hypothetically.
Hypothetically, job I wouldn't
What do
wanna
you see as the worst job people have?
Honestly,
Or most toxic?
I'm sure there's much worse jobs, much worse jobs. But first off, being a dishwasher is horrible. That sucks. That was my
Did
first
you do
job.
that?
Yeah, when I was 14. That was bad. Working on that tarmac for airplanes, that was pretty bad. You're inhaling a lot of these industrial fumes and stuff like that. It's super hot out. I wouldn't really want to do that one again. But I mean, there's a lot of bad jobs out there. A job that I would never want to do is like deep sea welding.
What's that?
That's where these guys have to be like pressurized. They go down super deep, weld ships, oil rigs, and stuff like that. I could never do that because it's just pitch black. Yeah, that's scary. But yeah, those are the ones I would not do again.
What are you scared of, Miles? That's
What am I scared of?
I know. Who would say we're a match? Stella and I having a moment of celebration.
I don't know. I can't. I mean, obviously, like, there's like threatening things to be scared of. Sharks. I think everyone's scared of that just naturally.
You're scared of sharks?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry, you can swim
Totally.
here in
You can
Croatia.
swim.
Yes,
Nothing's
There's no
going to
That's part of the
happen.
reason I came here as well.
Okay. It's always the Americans who are scared of sharks. You know?
Yeah. I mean, but like just stuff like that, crazy animals, war, whatever. But I don't have anything. Like a lot of people say they're scared of death. I'd like to think I'm not very scared of death.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
You have a theory behind it.
I mean, I've just had a lot of experience with it. My
what?
father is a medical examiner. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
What
medical
the-
He
examiner.
examines bodies.
Yeah, and finds out how people die and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
And so I worked with him on a couple of cases.
Okay.
Once
How
you
was
do
that?
I mean, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy stuff.
And you didn't mention that as the worst job ever.
No,
Very good.
well, because I mean, it's bad, but it's also interesting. I mean, like there
Does
are.
it smell?
Yeah,
Is it gross?
I mean, it depends on who you are.
Is it scary?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think whenever I think for most people, yes, because whenever I tell people about this, they're like, oh, how could you do that? Blah 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 blah. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked with scientists a lot and stuff like that. So when I went into that room, I wasn't, I was just kind of looking at it in that aspect, educational stuff like this.
And how did it help you to not be scared of dying?
I'm not very scared of dying because, I mean, it just happens. And I think the only reason people are scared of dying is because they are worried that they're going to die thinking that there was something they could have done that they didn't do. And I just live my life where I do everything I want to do.
You do everything you want to
Yeah.
do.
Do you ever, I have to ask this for myself, do you feel guilty for doing what you want to do?
It's a good
Exactly what you
question.
want to do?
Occasionally.
When it comes to, I don't know, the other people, the society, your family.
Yeah, the biggest thing is like my family. I definitely, being far away from them and stuff like that, not getting to see them very often, it can be tough at times, but it's like you kind of need to make a decision. Is like, are you going to go off into the abyss and try to find something, or are you going to stay where you are? The choice is yours, but you got to pick one. Okay. And so, I mean, yeah.
I
You're
think
very
that-
cool,
that
Miles.
we
We
had
didn't know
a-
you were this cool.
Yes, we
We
had
knew you were cool, but
we
not
had the
this cool.
silence pause because Stella and I looked at each other and we're like, what are we going to do now?
Whoa.
Okay, we launch podcast. That's like, podcast, where are we going to go? Now, what are we going to go and excavate?
So, lighter topics.
Lighter topics.
What do you play, Miles? What instruments do you play?
Yes.
So
What is your horoscope sign?
Stella has very weird body language signs.
I'm hot.
Oh,
It's
she's
hot
hot.
in here.
Okay. It's 4th of July.
it is.
Under climate change.
But I mean, with instruments, I've played music almost my whole life. I started with violin, went to drums, and then I played bass for the majority of my music career. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you get drunk in Croatia the first year?
Yeah.
Did you try rakia?
I think I did that on like first night.
First night. Was that your first kind of? How did you feel when you could order a drink?
I mean, I'd been to Prague before.
I have
stuff like
been-
that. So
yeah.
yeah, I got to order my own drinks beforehand. But I mean, Europe is always so freeing in that aspect of you feel kind of less constrained with that stuff. Like, yeah, you can just go up and be like, hey, give me a beer. And it's just normal. In the U.S., where's your ID? You know?
Why
Whose birthday?
are you so constrained with alcohol? I mean, besides that it's a poison and we shouldn't drink it, but it's okay. It's okay. Besides that,
I honestly, in the modern day, I really don't know. I mean, part of it is the way we get our driving's license, you know? So we start driving at 16, and then we can start drinking at 21. Really, I think it should be the opposite, so that you get used to alcohol, and then you're like, okay, you start driving on later, and you're like, I definitely shouldn't be doing this while driving. You get educated on alcohol before you can drive. That's why I think Europe has a better structure. 21, I don't know why it's so far off.
Okay.
But
it's weird
people
to me.
still drink.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's like we smoke,
Allegedly.
even though you're not allowed to buy cigarettes until 18.
So we smoke. Yeah,
Everybody
it's the same
smokes.
thing.
Who is your guide here in Croatia? Who do you trust? Who do you go out with? Is it a new friend or is it?
Yeah, all of my friends here knew. I think I kind of got like an entourage, is how I would describe them.
Entourage.
I would say my guide is probably Nika,
Nika.
who you guys know. I mean, because like I hang out with a lot of people, but she is like, sometimes people call her like my mother because she helps me out with like everything serious.
Okay.
I think Noah, who's also my business partner, he helps me out with a ton of stuff as well. Like he got me with my dentist, everything like that. Those two really, really help out with that. Then you have Kai, Sebastian. That's kind of the group. Yeah.
Did you had any surprises, unpleasant or pleasant surprises in Croatia that you didn't see before when you were in Europe or United States?
Pleasant surprises. I think
Or unpleasant.
Or unpleasant?
Yeah, I mean, a pleasant one is that people in Croatia, I didn't really know much about the lifestyle coming into it.
Okay.
But people here are very relaxed. For me, as an American, a little bit too relaxed. But I definitely like relaxed. I mean, it's cool. I like how much people just kind of chill out, whatever, you know. It's okay to do that. Like in the States, it's not really cool to, you can't really chill out, you know. You got to be on it. But yeah, I mean, that was nice. Pleasant surprises and unpleasant. I can't really think of many. There are some strange things though that happen.
What are the strange things?
Okay.
Like I wouldn't call it an unpleasant surprise, but like I always get approached by like older Croatian people, and they just start like talking to me in Croatian. It's usually when I'm on the phone talking English.
Really?
Yeah, they start talking to me in
Why?
Croatian.
What do
I don't
they
know,
want?
because I don't speak the language.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, do you speak English? They just kind of keep talking, whatever. And then I'm just like, all right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, therapy came later in Croatia, so
Yeah.
people
Maybe some
just
crazy people.
maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, to just see a foreigner and they start talking.
Yeah, I've
to
never
you.
had someone like, I could never like see someone with like bad intentions. They're usually, I always figured that like, I don't know, they're trying to ask me about maybe where I'm from, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could
Start a
be.
conversation.
Okay. But do you party here? Do you go to parties? Do you go to festivals?
Yeah. I haven't been to any festivals.
You haven't been? Okay.
I got to go
No.
though. Yeah, the issue is I wanted to go to these lollipop things,
Okay.
but
What
they're-
are the lollipop things?
It's a Gen Z thing.
Gen Z
from what
thing.
I've seen, it's just like a big festival. Maybe not a festival, but like a kind of like a
Program. It's a program. I
Where does
think.
it happen?
Big, they switch up the location. Like
I've
now-
been on Kirk.
You've been.
Yeah.
But I was so old. I was like 20 years older than everybody in the club.
You've been.
And it's all the
without me.
trust
She
me.
didn't take me to the lollipop party.
Trust me. It's
Trust me. It's
we are too old for
We're
that.
too old. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow I will be 20 years older than a 18-year-old. Yeah, 38.
That's not that old.
That's not
Thank you,
that
thank you,
old,
thank you,
right?
Miles. Thank you, Miles. Thank you, Miles.
Miles will be just starting his career in
Yes, in
archaeology.
archaeology. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So it's
already
okay.
started my new career, so actually that's
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
that's good.
I'm
You're
fine.
good. You're good. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you going to go during the summer? Do you have some plans?
Yeah, a lot of plans. I'm going to Prague, from
Okay.
Prague to Tallinn, from Tallinn to Warsaw. After that, I'll come back here for a little bit, go to the coast for a little bit. Then after that, I go to Mallorca, then back to the U.S. for 2 weeks, and then we start school.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And where
Very good
on the
plans.
coastline? Do you
Yeah,
know?
Molly Loshing.
Mali Ložin, he said it. So
Mali
good.
Ložin.
Okay. Dating in Croatia.
Ooh,
I have to ask that.
now we're getting to the good topics.
Of course.
Topics.
What about it?
Well, you tell me. I don't know. I don't date in Croatia. I'm like married.
I mean, the dating here is it's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
What does that mean? What
Tell
does that mean?
us
Tell
everything.
us everything.
I've been on quite a few dates. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's always very funny to me. You meet girls with a lot of different personalities here,
Okay.
stuff like that. But yeah, it's honestly it's been like probably like a month or two since I've been on a date. So
Okay.
I'm trying to dig deep and find this stuff. But it's always the one thing that I actually really do like about dating in Croatia is that it's very common to just go get coffee for the first date.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's like that's perfect for a first date, just to like go to a
Chill,
common
yeah.
place, coffee. You can actually like talk to the person, stuff like
Cool.
this, you know.
Is it different in the US?
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
on first dates?
Honestly, a lot of people don't really like go on dates in the States.
What do they?
Do they find
I don't-
people online?
Yeah. Tinder's huge.
Okay,
Tinder's
Tinder's huge, but after they meet on Tinder, they meet live, right?
Yeah, of course.
They just
But what do they?
exchange
What?
text for a year.
I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. So they go for a date, and the first date is where?
So do you know what hookup culture is?
What's happening?
Does okay?
What's happening? What is that?
Now you will see how I'm married for 18 years and don't know anything. Is hookup culture like just go and have sex?
It's just like one night stands.
One night stand.
So that's
okay.
that's huge
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
States. That's,
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like the capital. Yeah.
Hookup culture.
At least for like Gen Z people and stuff like that. I think the dates I did go on, because I was from such a small town, is like picnics. You know, you go to like a lookout and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty romantic.
But in big
Yeah.
cities, not so romantic, right?
yeah, I would say no. Yeah.
So here you just have coffee and
Yeah.
sit with the person. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Was there anything? What would you say? Is there anything that you could find different from like U.S. girls, Croatian girls? Something specific about Croatian girls? He's smiling.
He's
He
smiling.
has it. He's smiling and he's censoring himself.
Hey, and we have to ask girls.
yeah.
Is it girls?
Yeah.
Is it
Okay,
girl?
we have
Okay.
to ask.
Oh,
We
yes,
have
of course.
to be
Sorry,
polite.
sorry.
Sorry.
We didn't ask. I immediately
Yeah.
jumped to the conclusion.
No, yeah,
it's
yeah.
girls.
It's girls. I hope not many Americans are listening to this.
No,
but I
don't
would
worry.
say as a whole, Croatian women are definitely better looking than American women.
Okay. Okay.
That's a thing. I think here there's a bit more depth to them as well. Just like more personality, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, I think, yeah, they're just more interesting, I would say. I went on some dates in the U.S. and stuff like that. The girls I went out with were just pretty bland. You know, I mean, they didn't really have anything that they were like into. You know, like I
okay.
have like archaeology, music, yada, yada, yada. I'm into more things than most people are. But if I go on a date with you and you don't really have anything to talk about, it's like, it's like, what do? Just sit on Instagram? And that is the case with most people.
That is the case.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's very sad. And how do girls react on news like Amerikanac? Is
Yeah.
that
Is that a good thing?
Is
I
that a
suppose
good
it
thing
is,
for
yeah.
girls or not?
I think for I mean, it really depends on them. It really depends on them. I think it can be a good thing. I think it's only a good thing because I am who I am. Like, I think most people here have the perception of, like, you know, Americans are kind of fat, loud, stuff like this. I'm still loud. I'm definitely a loud person. But I don't know. Once they start talking to me, they're like, okay, maybe this guy, he's not really like other Americans, yada, yada, yada. I feel like I kind of live up to the hype of maybe, like, what old America was a little bit.
Okay.
And I think they like that. I haven't had any girls be like, oh, you're American, so that's why I want to go out with you. Maybe one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I think it's pretty drastic. I think they will either like it quite a bit, or they just won't like it at all. Like that you're American, stuff like that. The language barrier can sometimes be a thing, you know, and stuff
And
like
most
that.
people here speak English, right?
Yeah.
Quite good.
Exactly. But when you get into deep conversation.
Yeah. Okay, that's a
Exactly.
different thing.
Exactly. Yeah. But most people here do speak English. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're your teachers, Miles. This is not to remind you because you successfully passed the courses from your first year. But actually, I wanted to give you an opportunity to ask us anything you want.
Okay. Brave.
Because it's like, you know,
About classes.
I mean, I knew that if my teacher when I was 20 told me, ask me anything you want, I would have a lot of questions.
Like,
So
what's
if
wrong
you
with
have-
you?
Like, what's wrong with you? No, it doesn't have to be about classes. It can be about anything
Yeah.
in life. Yeah.
How'd you get started at algebra?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I know you worked at like telecom stuff like that, but what made you want to teach? I should say.
Okay, that's a great question. So I have been actually teaching since I left my faculty, but I have been doing it for free. So I was cooperating with my alma mater faculty, etc. And I wasn't aware at all that I'm enjoying it that much. I was just building my corporate career, you know, wanting to be head of marketing, earning money, etc., etc. And then in 2016, I got an opportunity to be an external lecturer at Algebra. And I immediately took it because I was like, okay, Algebra, cool. I'm going to start. It's a cool course, etc. And then actually what happened is I got a very good job in a very good company, but it wasn't a fit. And I realized it quite soon, like after 6 months.
Right.
And I stayed in every company for at least 3 years. I love all my former companies. I mean, I even loved that company as well where I worked. But I realized soon it wasn't a fit, and I wanted to find second move very soon. And I always knew I wanted to have a career in academia, but it was like 40, 45, 50, 40, 45, 50. And I was 30 something at that time. And at that time, since I wanted to find a quick move, Algebra was offering a permanent place for a lecturer. And I took it. I used the opportunity and I took it. And then afterwards, while I was looking kind of through my life, I realized that I was giving a lecture 10 hours before I gave birth. Nobody does that. I mean, I came very big. It was
Jeez.
winter.
It's true, I saw her.
I was giving the lecture, and 10 hours later, I gave birth to my Ellie. And then I always say, if you want to do something 10 hours before you're giving birth, that means it's probably your calling. But I wasn't
That's
aware
true.
of that
Yeah.
at that time. Because if you ask me anytime, would you go and give us a lecture about this one? I would be like, yeah, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Do you like teaching after doing it for a bit? Still love it, or?
Yeah, I still love teaching. I wouldn't ever say that I don't love teaching, but now after 5 years, to be completely honest, like any job, it has a lot of its downsides. So it
Yes.
has a lot of administrative work. Do I love to like correct exams? No. Do I love to correct homeworks? No. Do I sometimes hate my PhD research? Of course. Do I feel stuck in it? Yes. Do I have moments when I feel brilliant in it? Yes, of course. But I really do love teaching. What I'm just thinking is I always have to do other stuff as well, like be very focused on my writing, work with companies as well, work on different projects to keep myself fresh. Because honestly, if I were only in teaching and only with students, I think we would start to hate each other
Yeah.
after, I don't know, 1 to 2 years, because I'm not the type of personality, and, you know, that's just not something.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How'd you get started?
What do you have in your ears?
What do I have in my what do I have in my ears? Oh, yeah, ide reklama. This is a commercial. I just came back from acupuncture, from Vesna's acupuncture.
From Vesna,
and she
which is
was-
in our episode
Hi,
4.
Vesna. You're, of course, not listening. You're doing acupuncture. And she actually gifted me with acupressure, beautiful golden balls, points,
Okay.
something. for my
Needles, but
birthday.
they're needles.
No,
So you have needles.
it's not really needles.
Okay.
It's like it's like a ball, little ball, which is put on a specific place in your ear to help you.
It's not inside.
It's not It's not a needle.
Okay.
It's not a needle.
I thought it was a needle.
Yeah, that's why people are scared. It's not a needle. It just gets,
certain
stuck,
pressure,
putting pressure on
okay.
certain areas. And I think it's really cool. And thank you, Vesna, for saving me today. It was a hard and long semester, and I looked completely different 2 hours ago.
Yeah, the teachers were getting pretty strained at the end.
Yeah,
I could tell.
really.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
I love it. Was a really hard semester. Honestly, it's. We're working at a very big university now. There are a lot of students, and it sometimes gets hard. And of course, it gets hard after 30 plus weeks of teaching, nonstop talking. Working, doing, handling stuff, etc. I think we all need a big summer vacation.
Yes.
And we're going to take it.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. Yeah.
Nice.
He asked you, Stella.
Yeah.
But she asked me because she
I don't know.
Look at my
I'll just
partner.
say it runs in the family,
Oh.
I have, I think, 4 or 5 generations of teachers. My father, my grandmother, my grandfather, and you even have a school named after my grandfather.
Really?
Yeah, Stjepan Antolović.
Stjepan Antolović.
U Slavoniji.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
so
beautiful.
it really runs in the family. I've tried to resist it because I'm not sure I like it, but it kind of always catches me. I always end up at the university. And I try to escape it, but I can't.
And she has a lot of ECTS points. She also not only teaches, but she finished degrees.
I don't know what I finished. I finished everything that I could in Croatia. And I always tend to come back to it, and I tend to end up doing some kind of research and teaching. But I do love entrepreneurship, and I always have side hustles which are various, and every year it's a new project, every year it's a new thing, and I really do enjoy that. But this is something that's, I don't know, it wasn't my decision, it just happened.
And her hustles are successful.
Yeah.
This is something she
but
would never say.
I was never. That's why I'm really. It's nice to hear you say all those things that you said, because I never really had the courage to say enough with this. I'll just do whatever I think should be done in terms of entrepreneurship. I really never did that. So it's really pleasing
difficult
to see when you talk like that, and you talk so relaxed, and you say, I wanted to do this, but then I moved. I just wanted to travel, and then I went here, and then I went there, and then the bomb dropped, and then the riots came, and then this, and then now I'm here. And the way that you say it, it sounds so easy.
Thank you.
So you're inspiring.
Yes,
you really are.
Yeah, in terms of going with the flow of life, like not like. Do you plan? Yeah, that's a good question. So you are structured, but he seems to be going completely with the flow of life. Do you plan a lot ahead? Or
I mean, I keep my goals in mind, but I'm a firm believer in baby steps.
Baby steps.
That's the thing.
Perfect.
I mean, nothing gets done with big leaps. You got to take baby steps, and nothing is impossible. Usually, anything that you want to overcome is really just a time investment. And time costs a lot. I mean, you only have so much of it, but that's really what it is. I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, you can't do this. Then I did it. But it usually costs a lot of time and money, but usually a lot of time. Yeah. Yeah,
because, for example, now you're studying digital marketing, but you want to be an archaeologist. And my thoughts would be like this. I want to be an archaeologist, but I can't because I didn't choose that college, so I don't have the education. So scratch that dream. Something else. That would be my thoughts would go in this direction. But you're not.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to be that. I'm going to finance myself.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's going to happen in 6 years.
I like that. I like that very much. I love that.
I love that.
I don't put a lot of pressure on schooling is one thing too. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I need to go to school, otherwise I can't do this. It's like, you don't necessarily have to go to school, but it does help. And I mean, the big thing is that people can see that you are somewhat qualified, because if you don't go to school, you got to try to prove that you know this stuff, and usually they it's much easier for them to see, oh, this person went to college for this. Cool. So they have some understanding of it, this type of stuff. But that's why I'm so happy with algebra is that like we're actually learning like stuff that's current.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know,
always.
a lot of I've hung out with a lot of people going to American colleges, even some European colleges, but
Could you compare the education that you get here to United States?
a little bit. I mean, I never went to like American
Yeah, but
college.
your friends went, your family went, something, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I would say here, I think it's also a bit hard because, I mean, algebra is a private university. But I mean, I would say from the college experiences that I've been around and people have told me about, etc., I mean, algebra like blows them out of the water because you, like I said, with those prereqs, you spend like the first 2 years of your degree pretty much like learning stuff that is not going to be that useful. I mean, you'll literally take English 101 and stuff like that. It's like, how is that going to help me? Why? And like, I had a friend who was getting a business degree, and I think one of his classes was literally astrology.
Astrology.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah. And so just like...
I mean, it sounds interesting,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, it sounds
in a way.
interesting.
stuff like that. But one thing that I really enjoy about the university too is that it is big, but it's not that big. Like if you need to talk to someone about something, whether it's
Yes.
a professor, you have that student office and stuff like this, you can reach them.
Yes.
In those big universities, I mean, you're talking about places with tens of thousands of students. And you can kind of disappear in the crowd, you know, like reaching
get
out
it.
to professors and stuff like this, building a relationship, yada, yada, yada. It's kind of impossible unless you have some kind of, you know, former relationship to them. Yeah.
So I was talking to one of the students, what is the difference between millennials and Gen Z, since they're both highly educated cohorts of people. And I asked her, what do you think, what are the differences? And she said, she was talking to me, so when you had to go to college because you had to go to university because you knew that you're not going to get a job and get a paycheck if you don't have a degree. With us, we know that there are jobs there and we're here because we're not sure what to do next. So we're here. That's the reason we were
To fill the time
motivated
to learn something.
Yeah. We were motivated
To have fun.
by fear, maybe,
Yes.
by uncertainty. Whereas your generation is aware that there will be jobs for you. So if you want to get paid, is that true? Do you agree?
That we think there's going to be jobs for us?
Yeah.
I would probably say no.
Really?
I mean, I think a lot of careers are going to get knocked out with artificial intelligence, like a fair amount. And I mean, it's not that these careers are just no longer going to need humans. I don't think it's going to be like that, but I think it's going to be one person can do the job of 5 with the help of
okay.
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
And a lot of people are always like, oh, well, then we'll find new positions and stuff like that. And it's like, who's doing that? Whenever in the past have they been like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like a bunch of people got laid off, but now we're gonna train you guys. No,
Never happened.
nobody's
Didn't happen.
They're gonna be like, good luck, pal.
Good luck, pal.
Yeah,
Hi,
find something
bye,
else.
find
yeah.
something else.
Yeah, and so I mean, yeah, I would say I don't really see much guarantee of jobs.
Okay. Are you afraid of AI?
I'm not afraid of it, but I definitely don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Why?
I just think it's a rock we shouldn't have turned over.
Really?
I think we should have just kind of left that alone because I think it's gonna go far really quickly, and I think a lot of people nowadays are very easily like influenced and stuff like this. And I don't know. I think with the state of humanity right now, AI can have a serious negative impact if we're not like careful.
What type of negative
Losing
impact?
jobs
What do
is
you,
one.
One?
Losing
Okay.
jobs and like so like the whole reason why like, you know, humans think and stuff like that, like
Okay.
we kind of have like a consciousness. We're not just like animals running around, as we have the frontal lobe, right? And this allows us to, you know, think and stuff like this. You know, it makes it scientifically is what makes us human.
Yeah.
And a big thing that I associate with humanity is like creative thinking and, you know, questioning things and this type of stuff, all
Yes.
frontal lobe activity. But the thing is like using AI, you can ask a lot of people from Gen Z that use AI, and especially people that heavily use
That's
it.
what
Thank you,
Nada.
Miles.
That's what
Thank
Nada
you for
said.
saying
It was
this.
like
Yeah.
a week
Thank you.
ago.
Yes.
You were asking the same question.
Yes.
What if we
killing
don't?
the creativity
Kills creative thought.
Yeah. Kills creative thought, and that's what I
Because you're not
see.
exercising the
Exactly.
muscle.
You're not exercising. So that was the first thought I had when. So I'm like AI super cool. Like I'm always for the development, etc., etc. But then immediately when it came, my first thought was it's going to kill creativity. That was my first encounter with it, and I was like, okay, I don't want to. I even strain myself from using it.
Yeah.
Just because I feel it very much. So I research creativity, so I think I know a little bit about it. And I saw it with students, I saw it with my colleagues, I saw it with a lot of friends that it's really kind of killing their creativity in a way. Even though some of them are very advanced users and they're using it in a very smart way to really solve good things, I still think it's killing their creativity. Not the prompts like, please make this a table for me, but the other prompts, because they keep using it really, they like robots in a way.
Exactly.
I can't prove it currently. I just can say that the same thing said Nick Cave.
Ah, okay.
Nick Cave said the same thing. Then it's proved. So.
Approved.
And I love Nick Cave. So I'm kidding, of course. But I'm so happy that you see it.
How do your friends use that? Besides homeworks, we've seen that.
Yes.
Yes. So, I mean, obviously everyone uses it on homeworks. Some people use like the image generation and stuff like this. That is like, I'm not a big fan of the image generation stuff because I will have people send me this stuff like, oh, look at this cool AI image I made. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's fine, but like, did you, like, you put in a prompt, dude? I would, like, it would be way cooler if you were like, I painted this.
Yeah.
That'd be way cooler. And in my opinion.
Or I took a photo.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, they do it for that stuff. I don't think anyone that I know has really gotten like crazy with it, where there's some kind of like down like some kind of rabbit hole or something like that. And I think part of that reason is that we don't really know how to use it yet. And it's still like not that advanced, you know, like it's still pretty rudimentary and has a lot of issues and stuff like this. It can give you false information. All that stuff. But yeah, I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, I use it. The thing is, I try to make most of, when I have to go film for people, I will try to make most of everything out of my head. And especially like the first couple videos that I'm going to shoot for them, I really try to pull out of my head. But it's helpful if you need extra stuff, but then it's just like, I don't know, you're just making something that it made.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
But isn't everything already made?
Maybe.
We're just...
But this is the one thing that makes you human, really. It is. I'm all for, like, give me global, give me everything, everything. Like, deliver. I'm fine. I mean, it's not good for us. We're getting, you know, I know why it's not good for us, but I'm all fine. But don't take the one thing that we do. Let's think and question stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, think, like... The prompt is scary for me because before ChatGPT, it was like you had to prompt yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And now you're not prompting yourself.
Yeah.
You had to exercise how to prompt yourself. And you're not doing that now. And you're getting no. I'm gonna start crying, so no.
Okay.
I think
You think?
you
think?
I think we should say
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
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 Yeah, I think we came to an end. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming and for being so open about all of your experiences. And I don't know, I wish you luck. Hopefully we'll read about you and say, look, we had this guy in our podcast.
Yes.
Look what he found.
Yes.
We'll see.
Look, if he were to rewrite history, please rewrite history soon so Sam's podcast will take off. Yeah.
I'll try my best.
You do your best. Miles, thank you very much for coming. I hope it was a pleasure for you as well. It was really for us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah. And sada na hrvatskom.
So, it's end of this. Kraj sezone je. Hvala vam svima koji ste nas poslušali. Hvala vam svima koji ste kliknuli. Hvala svim našim gostima koji su bili tu sa nama, bez da su znali o čem se radi. Hrabro došli, jako iskreno odgovarali na sva pitanja koje smo im postavili.
Tako je. Hvala na svakom lijepom komentaru. Hvala na svakoj poruci koju smo dobile.
Prekrasne poruke smo dobili, baš prekrasne.
Hvala Karli i Koniju.
Hvala Karli i Koniju koji su zapravo od početka uskočili u ovu našu priču i svidjelo im se i ostaju s nama još u većem aranžmanu.
Koni je zaslužan za naš vizualni identitet, Karla je zaslužna za dobar dobar dio ideja unutar koncepta i zapravo, a nećemo još najavljivati sve što ćemo raditi,
nećemo
ali ostaju sa nama,
ali da.
Jer su nova energija. Hvala Janu. Jan, jesi tu?
Hvala Janu, našem Cycle studiju.
I Stella, hvala tebi.
Hvala tebi, Nada. Da.
Baš, we're gonna get happy, tako da, čao. Dokle ide?
Dokle ide.
Ići će i druga sezona. Ćao.
Bog.